If it were up to me, there wouldn't be any union. I am not in favor of unions. I think that it puts a stop to the real negotiation that you can have. It should be between the employees and the county commissioners. It should be open. There should be transparency. Everybody should know what they're making. And if a person's not doing their job, then the county commissioners should be able to fire that person. It shouldn't be up to the union to come in and protect them when they don't even know what the real reason is that they're being let go. No, I cannot support the union, and unfortunately they may not like that, but I would just like to see it go back to where the people have say over their money and the people they hire with it. So we're not stuck with a lot of employees that aren't doing their job, but they're still getting paid, they're still getting their retirement, and it's going to cost you as a citizen for the next 20 or 30 years after they retire to take care of them because of the support of the union. If they're a bad employee, they should go. If they're a good employee, they should stay. It's that simple. And if they have to, things get bad and they have to take a cut in pay, then they should have to take that cut in pay like everybody else. And if not, they should get a pink slip. There shouldn't be any giving them a buyout that we have to pay for in the long run. Thank you.
Ken Searles.
I've worked in both union and non-union facilities, and I find that unions, in my opinion, have outlived their usefulness. If you are a good employee, as Don has indicated, you should have a certain job security based upon your abilities and your track record. If you're a poor employee, you shouldn't have the union turn around and try and support you. If the county hires somebody and there is a job grievance, they don't need the union. We have a National Labor Relations Board and we have the Nevada Labor Relations Board. They can come to bat for job discrepancies when there's an employee rather, has been harmed.
Andy Alberti.
Could I ask you to repeat the question for me?
Sure. With over half of the county's budget going to wages and benefits, do you see the county employees union an excess financial burden on the county budget?
Thank you. Seems to me we hire a lot of consultants, and we must be hiring them because the people we pay over $100,000 a year plus benefits to don't have the answers themselves. My opinion, let's get rid of the people who don't have the answers, hire those who do, and save some money. Thank you.
Garen Hesketh.
I have been a member of a public union. I've been a member of a private union. No government employee should belong to a union. Ronald Reagan had the right idea when he fired the FAA controllers. Those county employees now own this county. 28 years it's going to take us to pay all those benefits just based upon what they're getting today.
Darrell Lackey.
I've worked union and non-union jobs in my life, and what comes to mind first of all is when I'd work a union job, one of the biggest things most often I would be told is don't spoil the job. Don't work too fast and spoil the job. We want this job to last a long time. Now, for union people, because they're in a union, to make 3 or 4 times the amount of money as just a hard-working person that's just got a job and is just scraping by, it just isn't fair. Now, you go back years ago, and I believe that unions were started by organized crime.
Okay, Darrell Lackey.
Number 6.
Did I get to pick a number?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Andy Alberti. Sorry.
I was going to answer to Darrell Lackey, but I thought I shouldn't.
Don't take 6.
Yeah, I'll skip 6. Well, number 1 worked okay before, so I'll stick with that.
Okay. Would you support moving the Board of Commissioners meetings to the evening so more working people can attend?
Not only would I move some of the meetings to the evenings when more people could attend, I'd move them back here to Pahrump full time. I'd move the county seat down here, and I'd make sure where the population and all the action is takes place here. and certainly we can consider the needs of the northern part of the county without having to have the county seat up there. So would I move them to the evening? You bet. More people need to attend, more people need to see it.
Darrell Lackey.
Well, the county commissioner position, I believe, is kind of like based on it, like a part-time job. And so if somebody's trying to make a full-time living out of it, then something's wrong. If it's in the evening, that means I can make my honest living during the day, represent the people when they want representation, and do whatever the people want me to do. If the people hired me to do a job, they're my boss. So if they want to meet in the evening, that's fine with me. I mean, we're public servants to serve the people.
Garen Hesketh.
I would also agree that we need to do them in the evenings. I do not necessarily agree that we need to move the county seat here. That's a good way to kill Tonopah. We have the technology today to communicate across spaces. We can streamline, get the people we need from up in Tonopah to do their job, and we can do the job for the Pahrump folks the same way.
Frank Carbone.
As part of my platform, these guys did my platform for me. I don't even have to talk about it. This is one of the things I've been really pushing for. We have to have those meetings in an evening time, and if that means we have to somehow split the shifts for the people that are working to support the commissioners during the evening, we need to work those things. So again, I wholeheartedly support moving those people, that meeting, to the evening. Got to do it. If it gets too long, we go ahead and set the agenda for another day. Give them the notice that we need to do and split the agenda.
Ken Searles.
I think meeting in the evening would be appropriate for people who have a job to see about participating. We just came back from a weekend where we spent basically a day and a half trying to do the job that we were sent to do to Sparks. So it's a question if you're elected or chosen to do the job, you do the job it has to be. As far as moving the county seat, I think I would probably personally be opposed to that. I've been here long enough to remember a time when Tonopah was the dog and Pahrump was the tail, and we didn't get anything, we seemed like, from Pahrump. There was a talk at that time of splitting the county into half. We were going to have Bullfrog County in the south, we were going to have Nye County in the north. I don't think that would have worked with regards to the way it's set up. So I think with Skype and other avenues, we can see about doing it here.
Donna Cox.
Yes, this again is where transparency comes in. They used to have the town board, or the county commission meetings and the town board meetings in the evening. I don't know how they got swapped around, but I think there's a couple of commissioners that didn't like to do that. They wanted daytime. In fact, Mr. Boraski complained because they moved the time from 8 in the morning till 10 in the morning, but that didn't really help the citizens any. We need to have these meetings in the evening so that the citizens can see what's actually happening, and yes, I do support that. And I'd have to get a vote from, well, I know that everybody here would vote with me, but we would have to get at least one more person on the county commission to vote with us, and we could do that.
Number 6.
Number 6. Would you be willing to sign a pledge to never raise taxes for any reason?
Ooh.
I would have to say yes to that. Like I say, I mean, we've been hitting on cuts all night long over here on things we could cut. So as far as raising taxes, no. I ran for treasurer 2 years ago. I don't know if anybody remembers me. People said, "Oh, are you qualified to run for?" I don't know. I've had checkbooks my whole life. You know, you keep it, above zero. You know what's coming in. You know what's going out. And my pledge was, I won't steal from you, and I won't let anyone else steal from you. Although I didn't win the primary, and well, I guess things didn't work out really well in that department. But you can't blame me. I tried.
Andy Alberti.
No new taxes? How about this? You want to have a new project that you want to spend money on? Tell me what project is less important than the one you want to do and shift that money from the other project to the new one. No new taxes? You bet.
Garen Hesketh.
Like most everyone else here, I'm taxed enough already. I would sign the pledge. I would also sign a pledge for no more fees or whatever they want to call it. We have a lot of people in the community willing to do a lot of volunteer work. We can bring the people to come together as a community to do what we need to do to get the job done.
Frank Carbone.
Yeah, I guess I'm with everybody else. We don't need any more new taxes. And again, there's other ways of bringing revenue in to help the communities for the total county. So again, I'll sign that pledge.
Donna Cox.
At this time, I think that they should be shuffling funds elsewhere and not raising taxes. And you better watch them. They're getting ready to do the town budget in a few days. You might want to go to that meeting at the annex. But if they handle their budgets properly, they shouldn't have to raise them. They should do away with a lot of items and cut their spending. And as far as signing a pledge, that's really a hard thing to commit to, because there might be something on down the line that would be good for the citizens, really good for the citizens, that maybe they would like to pay a couple of dollars extra on their taxes every year to have.
Ken Searles.
I would be willing to sign such a pledge, although, and quite honestly, it's difficult to say that without knowing what's going to be happening tomorrow or next week. But I can tell you that my preference would be that I've raised a family on a fixed income. My wife has only got so much money I've given her on a weekly basis. If we had something that had to come up because a child was sick or something else, we couldn't go to the bank and say, hey, we need more money. So you can make some adjustments and find out which is priority and pay for that.
Garen Hesketh, we've got 2 and 5 left.
Let's try 5.
Please explain what your duties are and what experience you have. Also, what your visions are in your district.
Well, let's see. When I look at my duties, it takes me back to my time in the military. When I was given a job, we did the job whatever it was. There was no working out of class, no working out of this or that. And I managed to become an E9. That's the highest level of enlisted person that you can reach. My job was to take care of the enlisted people underneath me. When I am elected as a commissioner, my job will be to take care of the people that elected me. I do not wish to become one of them. I do not wish to be a politician. I wish to get in and get the job done.
Anybody else want to take a stab at that one? Andy Alberti.
Could you just please read that again?
Sure. Please explain what your duties are and what experience you have. Also, what your visions are in your district.
I see my duty as a commissioner to listen to what every one of you have to say about what type of lifestyle you want to have here. For me, it was to have a rural community. Now, how do I go about doing that? I want to hear from you. I have 700 people on my email list, very easy to communicate with me. And I'm sorry, what was the rest of the question? Oh, my experience?
What experience you have and what visions are in your district.
Oh, my vision for my district is to remain a rural community and to bring more of a relaxed environment that we all came here to enjoy. I am not in favor of making this a city.